Can I just fucking point out, okay, that Giselle Pellico, okay, went through horrendous shit. There's up to 70 plus men that could have been involved in her horrendous shit. And obviously only 51 men got actually pulled up for doing what they fucking did to the poor woman. And as we know, they got fuck all time in prison. A hell of a lot of them got let out, even though there's evidence on video and photos and chat that they were doing stuff to her. And yet, you lot can't fucking wait to slag her off because we have put her as a hero and you think we've put her on a fucking pedestal because she is going through a fucking traumatic situation, and all I can fucking hear from your cunting mouths are, oh, she didn't believe when the daughter found out afterwards. Oh, she's a piece of shit. Oh, so internal misogyny. What the fuck are you talking about? You're fucking internal misogynistic. I am sick and tired of women hating other women, going above and beyond and not hurting anyone. Why is this still fucking circulating? The fact that she has now been united with her daughter for fucking ages, and when she's now doing all the interviews to start a campaign about obviously changing the shame onto the abusers and the perpetrators, that you still have to fucking bring up, oh, she didn't believe in her daughter. Mate, she has fucking found out that for many, many fucking years, she had lots of shit done to her. How the fuck is a person meant to just process that? Why? Because you're being misogynistic by thinking, well, she's a mother. Why can't she put her own feelings on hold for fucking second? I wouldn't know how to fucking cope if things were happening to me on the quiet for many, many years, and then my children found out also afterwards that they were also the victims. Do you not see that this is like a coping mechanism? Do you not get people with trauma at all? You think we really are fucking robots as mothers, and it's fucking disgusting how you think that that's normal to completely slate a woman that's gone through fucking horrendous trauma because she didn't stand up for her daughter straight away. She stands up for her now, you pricks. They are fucking friends. They are now daughter and mother again. They are processing what's going on. God for fucking bed, eh? Go on, go wank off, you fucking ghost in the clouds or something. You Christian scums talking like fucking religious pricks. I'm sick and tired of women not getting noticed as it is when they do an amazing thing, and then you've got men shouting, oh, women didn't do anything throughout history. And then you've got women where we do find out the truth about women, and fucking hell, we put a woman on top. Fucking hell, you don't like it, do you? You don't like it because it's not a man. How dare you make her equal to the dad? How fucking dare you make her equal to the rapist dad? Giselle has done nothing wrong, and I'm sick and tired of seeing people circulating this fucking lie. If you gave a shit about the case, which you fucking obviously don't, you obviously don't be asked to cover it, that you lot just don't look up anything at all. When the trend is gone, you can't be asked to find out what's going on. You goldfish memory fucks. And I'm sick of it. You all slate women too fucking sweet as much as you can when they haven't done anything wrong. This woman's gone through a massive trauma. We're allowed to say that for fucking men who come along. Oh, well, I got autism. Oh, fella. Oh, Bruce Willis has got dementia. So, I'm sorry, but I couldn't give a fuck. They're alright. They're being fucking supported and all that shit. There is no excuse. There is no excuse to keep putting a woman down because she's gone through a fucking traumatic situation, and you're just all like, quick, I'm a feminist, but quick, I need to pander to my fucking incel wannabe fantasy boyfriends. No, love, no. If you don't know, if you can't be, you're on the internet saying it as well, if you can't literally be asked to look up what's been happening, then don't fucking bother. You're all fucking ridiculous. It pisses me off so much that we put men on pedestals all the time. Even when we find out that they fuck children, they murder, they do fraud, anything. They abuse animals, all of this, right? And they're horrible husbands, constantly cheating, make women end up, or even children, top themselves. I mean, fucking Charlie Chaplin is still a Renault's fucking icon around the world. He fucked children, got them pregnant, and then when they found out they didn't have that baby anymore, he fucking dropped them. He's a dirty, dirty fucking paedophile. There are so many people like that, and you cannot fathom that a woman stood up for herself and decided to throw her name out there because she knew for a fact that if she didn't, none of these people would be put away. None of them would. And you're siding with the cunts. Right, okay. I also hate women and girls seeing horrendous crimes happening to children, and straight away they go, well, where's the mother? Where's the mother? But if a woman does a horrendous crime to children, I never ever see a comment saying, where's the father? I just see comments like, well, where's the grandparents? Why couldn't they look after them? All the time, no matter what happens in the world, women are the target. Children are definitely the fucking target. And we always have to blame women only. It's the same as I'm still seeing after fucking Prince Knobhead, ex-Prince Knobhead Andrew, paedophile, probably murderer. We're still chatting on about his ex-wife and how she wanked over Epstein and how they loaned money off him and he loaned money off him and all that shit. But we're more concerned still, well, in the papers we are, that the Queen obviously gave Andrew the money. Obviously. Where the fuck do you think that stupid twat had money from? Because he spends it like it's fucking water. So of course he didn't fucking pay anything. It's like, once again, why are you making the women who did not partake in it? Yes, they partook in financially, which obviously does their lifestyle. And to be honest, they should all be killed. But also, you keep dumbing down the shit that these men do. So Andrew finally got arrested, but as we all know, how he got arrested had nothing to do with sex trafficking, raping, or murdering or torturing children of all kinds. And boggles my mind that no fucker goes on about the fact that he basically tried to pimp his own children out. Virginia told us this in her fucking book, if you could be fucking asked to read that pissing thing. Not pissing thing meaning the book stupid, but pissing thing meaning you're all a bunch of idiots. That once again, you blindly have been given so much evidence and you choose to ignore it because it might hurt your fucking feelings. It is a very hard read or a listen, depends on what way you want to listen or read a book. It is so hard to listen to and it's so hard to read it. And it took me a few weeks to read it because it's just bang, bang, bang. The woman went through so much shit, horrendously passed around like a thing from such an early age, from the start of her dad. And she's been telling us this for many fucking years. Obviously, I don't think she commits suicide. She even told you that she's not going to commit suicide. She's very happy and do. And yet you all still say suicide. Fucking mental. But anyway, off topic again. Starting to sound like fucking main media here. But the fact that people have told you that shit has happened and you still haven't done anything. Andrew had got done, which he probably gets wrapped on the fucking knuckles or sent to fucking Israel, where everyone else fucking runs off to, or America, where everyone else fucking runs to, and or they'll say there's not enough evidence. Because all they gave a shit about was he was getting done for sharing information and personal information, financial information of ins and outs of the Crown. That's all he was doing. To their eyes. They did not give a shit. He did not get arrested for anything else he's been doing at all. And really fucks me off that I get it. We don't like the royals. Yes, correct. Great. Get fucking rid of them. But the fact is everyone has ignored the emails where he is saying he wants to basically take his kids to the island eventually to partake in it. Now, I don't think meaning them to do stuff to children, but for people to do stuff to them. Another evidence. Virginia told us this already when she met him at 17. He said, "You're older than my children." Giselle and him joked and said, well, maybe then we should swap her out if she's too old for your children. Ha ha ha. Why has anyone fucking ignored that? That he was trying to pimp his children out. Sarah Ferguson, fuck knows if she went to the island. Don't know about that one. But she did meet up with Epstein a lot. And also for dinner and shit, and obviously at their kid's birthday party, fucking hell, and all that. But she wanted them to meet him to meet the girls at a lunch on their own. And their dad wanted them to eventually go to the island to be part of it. There's doctors, there are all these rich people, high up people, and once again, all we've arrested is a fucking pilot, an ex-prince, and it wasn't to do with anything to do with trafficking or raping or murdering, but the pilot's the only one that's been arrested for trafficking children to Brazil or from Brazil. That's it. We haven't heard anything else yet, and that was like a week ago. I don't give a shit if people pretend, oh yeah, but it's like the process they've got to go. I don't give a fuck. If we really need to know things, we know every second of every fucking minute of people going to prison, people being in custody, people this, that, and the other. We all know all that when it's public people, but when it's the rich and famous or the well connected, we all of a sudden don't understand, and oh no, we won't know till a few months when everyone's forgotten stuff, and do. This really pisses me off, as you can tell, that everyone is blindly seeing things again and again and choose to ignore it. He tried to pimp his kids out, and now there is another bunch of photos that have come out from the files of him at one of the royal residence, again, with a little boy, meaning like toddler age, where he's playing around with a stress ball, pictured as a breast, and he's on the floor with him, and then he's playing with him, and then he's playing with the fucking tit and a boob, and I don't mean Andrew, I meant the actual stress ball, and then he's there sat on the settee with the bloke, or the sofa or the couch with the boy, and that's in the Epstein files. Now, I'm really hoping it was just an innocent thing, and it was just dirty men thinking lad's joke of giving him a stress ball shaped as a tit. I hope they haven't done anything to that boy at all, but we don't know. We don't know who any of these people are, most of them. Only the brave ones that have come forward, and a lot of them are dead, you know? The weird thing for me as well is the tunnels thing. So we already know that there's multiple YouTubers that have gone to the island illegally, obviously, trespassing, and they found the tunnels, they walked the tunnels, you saw it minute by minute. It's not a set or anything, and then the alarm goes off and then they have to fucking cheese it. Survivors have told you about the tunnels, and yet you've all seemed to have magically forgot that that's happened again. Then also, we all rumoured, including me, because I believe it, was Wayfair also went on about children's names as furniture, for tacky, plywood, shitty furniture, but it was going for like 10 grand. But it was named after missing children. And then emails coming up in the Epstein files recently that I saw of furniture falling into the sea. We'll have to go collect the furniture from the sea. We'll have to bury the chairs. We have to bury this furniture. We have to burn these furniture and bury. And it's like, you're on about fucking children, aren't you? You're on about people there. You're not on about actual furniture. We're blindly, once again, seeing things and not giving a shit again. It's odd. And then Trump getting interviewed on his fucking plane again, saying how sad and how sorry he feels bad for Andrew and blah, blah, blah. And I love the king and stuff, as he said. And yet, straight away then afterwards he went, oh, well, I've got nothing to do with those files, though. I'm not in it, I'm not part of it, and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, unfortunately, a lot of people still believe you for some fucking reason, even though so many people have re-shown your interviews of your 34 convictions, by the way. Not all fraud, it's also sexual assault, and ignored that you had to pay people off, or tried to pay people off, because rape in the 90s and 2000s. And the amount of videos, emails, pictures, all of that, of everyone and anyone talking about Trump, including himself. And yet, once again, so many people don't believe that he's part of it. I don't know why. I think his daughter's also a victim. I really do think she's a victim. Just the way that you see old TV shows about the Trumps and stuff, and the way she just feels so uncomfortable around her dad, and the way he talks about her all the time throughout of eight, even when she was born, it was very paedophile, and throughout her life it's been so creepy and paedophile. And even now he says he basically fancies his grown woman who's his child and would fuck her and stuff. And it's so weird that we all just think, haha, how fun, how funny, how eccentric is this man. It's not being eccentric, he's openly telling you he's a fucking pervert, a fucking rapist, a paedophile, and he knows he can get away with it. That's why these people say it out loud on purpose, and it's us who turns it into a joke. Like already, I'm seeing so many memes for boys and men that are joking about the fucking Epstein files. Same as P. Diddy cases, where people already, second you started going to a trial or got arrested, it was jokes straight away. And it was like, that is really not funny. You're normalising it again, that it's funny to hurt children, hurt women. You think it's fucking hilarious. I do not get it. And it's not the whole, you can't take a joke. Oh, I can take a joke. I love humour. I love people that are funny. I go to comedy shows all the time. I have funny people in my life. But if it's to dumb down an oppressive thing or a traumatic thing, no, not a fucking tool. Not a fucking... So after all this shit, I am going to have an episode about, unfortunately, what girls and women around the world have to go through to satisfy male patriarchal ideology. Yeah, we're going to go through pain and sorrow and what the fuck just to satisfy idiots. Medically idiots and non-medical idiots. So yeah, it can be a distressing episode, but it is needed episode because we surely in the West do not get taught any of this happening. And unfortunately a lot of it gets silenced. So we always blindly look at stuff and ignore it. And it's not the fact that it's from different cultures. It's not the fact it's from different race. None of that. But my ideology is, it's not the way you look, it's the way you act to me. Now, as you know, I do not like religion at all. It is a controlling, freaky, weird shit that people still fall for. I really don't get that people that are proudly go on about their ancestry and the oppression and horrendous shit their families had to go through to get their families to where they are now. And yet you praise a colonised white man religions. It fucking boggles my mind why then you get pissed off when white men start the even more weird ass branched off religious things that they say is also based on the same god and crap. And you get pissy with that. But yeah, for me, I still don't get why you would stand up for this fucking religion of any kind. It doesn't make you the person, by the way. It's the same as when people go, oh, well, this song changed my life. It saved me or whatever. This film, this artist, this... No, it didn't. I'm sorry, no, it didn't. That was just your favourite song at the time. Or that was just a film that was on. You saved yourself. You made yourself a community. You made yourself friends. You made you. Okay? Nature nurture shit. Not religious shit. Also, we're a bit thick with the difference of heritage and culture, by the way. That also annoys me when people just seem to find words and bastardize it all the time. And yeah, like I said about like Giselle Pellicott and all these girls and women slagging her off and then going, well, it's internal misogyny. No, you're internal misogynistic, you silly cow, because you're taking the piss out of a woman and equalising her to a rapey fucking knobhead of a man, to a woman that gave up her ID so men could go down for their crimes, which obviously it happened, but it didn't really happen because all our justice systems are fucked. But that is internal misogyny, by taking the piss and trying to rip a new one and dumb down women and children. That is internal misogyny. That's what women do to women, and girls do to girls, or girls do to women, because we are so stuck in a system that we fucking slag each other off and bitch each other. I could not give a shit about what men say anymore on the internet. I really can't be arsed with it. We've all grown up with it. It's not our problem to fix broken men and boys. Boys and men do not listen to women anyway. Even if they go, I'm a mama's boy and all that shit. Usually then that means the mother is also a misogynistic prick and is nasty to any girlfriend or partner that person will have in their life. Not all, yeah, but it's most of you. A fucking control freak, right? Still, you've got a little friend. You made a little friend, okay? Children aren't your friend. Your kids aren't your friends. But yeah, it's not our problem to fix broken men. We've all grown up in the patriarchal system, so there's no point of barking on at these people. No, we need to change new generations, current generations, and our older generations' minds into a matriarchy, not a fucking patriarchy. Now, matriarchy is not taking over the fucking world, okay? We're not Dr. fucking Evil stroking a fucking cat in a chair and all that shit, okay? You're thinking in a patriarchy way there, because
That's what patriarchy is. Taking over everything. Making it as mine, mine, mine. I want, I want. Matriarchy is being fucking equal in the world. Men, boys, girls, women, being equal. Okay? And non-binary. When I say men and boys and women, I also mean trans people. Okay? So don't start. But we always think, when there's a threat to our systems, we don't think, let's listen and learn with empathy. We think, attack. And it's the same as when we grow up in a patriarchal world as a girl, you are taught to be jealous of other girls. They will steal your man. They will take everything from you. They're sluts and blah, blah, blah. Okay? But it's not true. That's not true. Some girls act like that. Some women act like that. That's because they've been taught they're worthless usually and not taught people-centred. Okay? And you talk like a bloke there. Blokes are taught to hate us. Not be like a girl, don't act like a girl, that's a girl thing, girls are weak, girls are bitches, girls are bad, blah, 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 right? So we're already taught as blokes to fucking hate girls and women, even though we do this fake thing of saying we love our mum, but yet you'll go out and you'll be disgusting to girls or women. And so I don't give a shit anymore about it, about trying to reason with a man and reason with a boy. I just go, right, I know who to avoid. There's no skin off my nose that you're not in my life. With a girl or a woman, I feel more angry when they do not stand up for women and children, or even animals or nature. I am sickened when you are so men-centred, you say very patriarchal, internal misogyny things out loud. They won't fuck you, by the way, and they won't pick you if you're too agreeable to a man or a boy, by the way. You will be one of the lads, but you will not get married to these people. You may become fuck buddies with these people because they know you want to be part of it, so they will lead you a fucking stray, but not actually love you or be actually in love with you. They will use and abuse you. They will throw you under the fucking bus at any second that they feel threatened by something. They will throw you under the fucking bus. Too piss and sweet. And that is the problem with the world. Once again, you've seen it many, many times. Women are portrayed as fucking nosy and negative. But in actual fact, when women get older and they rewatch that film or reread that book after it, people saying, what a fucking bastard that woman was. What a fucking slut that woman was. You actually watch or read that again when you're older, and you, because even a lot of villains that are women in films, we now fucking agree with them. And it's not so we can kill puppies or kill this or kill that. For some reason, you have to put a fucking extreme thing on a reasonable thing. Because you've got Cruella de Vil, right? So she tells Anita, don't quit your job which is an amazing career. Got your own money, your own independence, your own home. You can travel the world with this career. You get experience. You can go up. You can be as famous as me one day. You can take over my job one day. Or you'll lose everything to be with a homeless, unemployed man. I know Roger had a home, but fucking hell, what a state it all was. And he was technically very unemployed, like he was a music writer in the original 101 Dalmatians I'm on about. And he was a songwriter, but he wasn't really famous and he wasn't rich. He was in a fucking hovel of a place, because men are also not taught how to fucking look after themselves. And literally every time something happened, she was like, Anita, you're now pregnant. Don't fucking do that. Look at this worthless man. He'll fuck you over. And now you're tied down to him with a kid. And the only reason why they got together is because they have the fucking same breed of dog. What the fuck? That is fucked up. Same as Ursula from Little Mermaid. They do the same thing, try and make her out she's really evil, even though she says logical things. If you watch it as an adult and actually listen to it, because I know a lot of you don't like listening to things properly, even with fucking subtitles on, you will see that she does say, I will do this potion for you but you will lose your voice. And you will get legs, and you have to use your body language, because that's all men know. They don't want to hear a woman talk. They just want looks. I have sorted out people before where they were overweight and made them really buff and skinny. Then that person ran away from their partner, and then they are now my lost souls. She constantly told us that men are fucking knobs. Men are vain. Men only want you for your body, and you've got to look young, you've got to look pretty. They don't necessarily want to hear you. They want to just have you on their arm as candy. That is it. There is a lot of people that hide a lot of, not even hide, they tell you a lot of messages and we completely fucking ignore it because then they put an extreme thing on about it. Because in the original story of Little Mermaid, Eric did get married. Well, the prince got married to someone else. So Ariel walked back into the sea and she turned into sea foam, and that was the end of Ariel. She didn't go back to daddy or anything like that and singing with a fucking crab and all that shit. No. She even, the second she got legs, every step she took, it felt like knives. And this is the patriarchal thing we're always on about. Forcing women and girls to live in a fantasy when actually all they're doing is getting controlled. And men wanting you to think that they are a prince, a king. They've got this gold. But you've got no fucking gold to dig usually. Most of you have got no gold to fucking dig. And you've got to look pretty. You've got to look young. It's all about looks. And you're birthing. Can you birth things? Shit like that. Even as children, we're told this through fairy tales all the time. And we're told it's fairy tales. And the fairy tale of it is that you will get your perfect man and you will have everything that you've ever wanted and stuff like that. But you still had to go through all this misogynistic, controlling shit first to get it. No. I don't tell my children this shit. I tell them as well about friendship. I said, when you're an adult and you realise your friends are twats and they're not really your friends, you are never taught how to break up with friendship. You're not really told how to break up with any relationship, but especially friendship or family members, because you're always guilted into keeping it. And I just said, literally, if there's any time that you have a friendship and when you're about to see that friend that you class as a friend, but you feel sad or annoyed you're going to see them, or you feel so nervous you're about to see them, or you feel so knackered and you have sleepless nights about it and all that. And obviously if they bully you and they can't take your speech on saying, that fucking hurts my feelings, but they carry on bullying, that is not a friendship. I said, that is just them on purposely holding on to you until they find someone that they can call a friend. Because I said, I have wasted 20 years on people where they just want, take. And I would give. Because I have been brought up by someone that went through a horrendous trauma in childhood and they've just carried on being needy and ignoring, thinking of their children, to please other people, but not the people in their lives, personal life. And I grew up obviously seeing that, thinking that is how you do it, how you get friends. And also been bullied all my life. So I then seem to have seeked out people with learning disabilities, or someone that is bullied, or is the quiet friends, or the quiet groups, in the schools and shit like that. And the problem is then, I am such a people pleaser and such a I prop people up too much. And I put too much effort into people's lives, but not to my own, that then, when they do feel confident enough, they all fuck off. They all piss off. And I said to my children, you really don't want that. A friend is meant to be equal. So if you've got something to say that's personal to them, and they've kept the secret, you know that you're starting to have a good friendship on that one. And then when they have a problem, you're there for them. And you just support each other. It's not one up on each other and competition who could do the nicest thing for each other. But it's just that fact of, if you've got a problem, you know you can rely on that person. And if they've got a problem, they know they can rely on you. Also, do they make you laugh? Do you feel so happy that you're going to see them? This, that and the other. Have you got interests together? Do you do certain stuff together? Because in a friendship, you don't have to like absolutely everything. But it is a friendship that you're connected with something. So if you've got a connection with something and you both are excited and happy to see each other and you listen and learn from each other with empathy, that's a good friendship. But if you're telling your friends you've got interests and stuff and they shoot you down for it, that's not friendship at all. That's not friendship at all. And so you need to cut them off. I know it's hard and it'll guilt trip you. You even get other people you thought are friends that will beg you to stay in that relationship with these people because they think you're harsh all of a sudden. Oh, that's not you attitude. And you're like, well, no, because I'm setting boundaries, or no, because I don't want that in my life. It's not safe for me in my life. And you'll get people that will guilt trip you to stay. Same as family members. They will try and falsely make you meet up with people when you didn't think you were going to meet up with these people. They will try and guilt trip you. Oh, yeah, but you've only got one mum. Oh, yeah, you've only got one sister, brother, cousin, whatever, nan, whatever, right? And it's like, yeah, And they should have been fucking better at it then. Because if they don't feel guilty about it, and they haven't come to apologise to me about how they treated me, then why should I give them energy? Now, it still breaks my heart that a lot of people in my life, or was in my life, have very close relationships with each other still. And it does break my heart. It does make me feel so sad that I don't have that connection. But it's mostly because my children don't have that connection with other family members anymore. Or friends who had children and stuff. I feel bad for my children, but they say, I don't care. If they're not nice to you, mummy, I don't want to be around them. And that's what's lovely. That's what's lovely about my children, is they accept that. And they're like, I don't really remember them. We didn't really hang out with them, and do. Because obviously the difference is I was either in that family all my life, or I was friends with that person for like 20 years, 15 years, and it was only obviously they started having children in the last few years. So yeah, technically my children have only met the children a handful of times, so they didn't really impact on them. So in a way, I suppose it's a bit self-loathing. Really, not for my children, but for myself in that way. But I got to think that my children don't think like me. They are individuals, so they're not going to think like that yet. You know, they're gonna, like I said, they're not connected with these people, so it doesn't bother them. It does not bother them whatsoever about it. And you got to think like that. You can't think, I need to stay in my relationship because of the kids. I need to stay in this other family relationship because of the kids. Or, oh, my friendship with my friend has got kids, so I need to do it for kid. No. Literally ask your children, what do you think of these other children? Or what do you think about this relationship? Because children will know. But children pick up a lot of stuff, more than we think. It's very true. Like, children are more smart than we are. Because they haven't been poisoned yet by systems, hopefully, depending on, you know, what kind of schools you go to and groups you go to and what you bloody sound like to them. But yeah, we're just not taught what friendship is properly. We're forced in friendships quite a lot, and we're forced in things like that. But my stuff will now be on about women and girls and trying to get them out of systems, men-centered systems, and think for themselves. Because a lot of the times we are taught to hate other girls, hate other women that are different to us, look-wise, job-wise, anything. And we need to fucking stop it. We need to stick together. We don't need to like each other or be friends with each other and skip in a meadow somewhere with puppies and rainbows. But if someone bothers you, you just go, right, and then they walk off. You don't slag them off, especially if you don't know these people. You don't just slag them off and start some fucking weird-ass rumour and all that. Like I said, the boys won't pat you on the head. They won't fuck you. They will see you as one of the lads, and they will drop you the second they don't need you anymore, or don't need comfort anymore, or don't need their little minion anymore. I've been friends with people where they get pissed off when their ex-boyfriend isn't friends with them anymore. And I'm like, well, that's because they're your ex. Like, you weren't friends before. You literally went out with them and you never knew them as a friend. You only knew them as a partner. So, of course, they're seeing you as an ex-girlfriend. They're not really seeing you as a friend after the relationship. And that's why they will then stop communication with you when they get a new girlfriend. And when they don't have a new girlfriend and the girlfriend is gone, they will think, aha, old reliable will keep me company. And that's what they do. And that's what blokes do. They use and abuse you. They pretend you've got friendship. That's why people, like, men get told friend zoning is a real thing and all that shit. No. If you fancy someone you know, you need to tell them. You need to fucking tell them. And then get over yourself. And you don't be friends with that person again. Because you're going to break your own heart. You're going to break your own fucking little heart. And you can't go around for years and years breaking your own fucking heart or acting like a right creep thinking of your friend as, oh, one day I'll get a chance. No, because that is false friendship. That's not true friendship at all. It's not like the films or anything like that. But because every time you think you get your chance is because they're in a reject situation or a breakup situation, then you think you can jump in. No, don't do that. Friend zoning is not a real thing. Body count should not fucking matter. Misandry is not a real thing, even though a lot of people are still saying it is. It's not. It generally is not a real thing. Okay, misogyny is. Men-centered women are, because we are stuck in a patriarchal cycle. Stop celebrating celebrities. Stop going to men about dating advice about women, because usually they know fuck all about anything. And usually they're not properly trained. A lot of people out there online are saying they're dating coaches and shit like that, but they haven't done any proper qualification at all or anything like that. That's why then they turn all red pill side of more seeing stuff like that than any other side, because of the spouting hatred that they go on about. Now I'll go on about my original thing, which was this episode will be about horrendous shit women and girls have to go through now. Still now. Not, this isn't ancient thing, this is now things. I'll do a few what women had to go through in the past, but it will mostly be about horrendous shit women had to go through. And these aren't classed as punishments either. They're classed as cultural, traditional things. A passage, a rite of passage, and all that shit. All around the world, we do weird shit to girls and women. So are we really shocked that no one gives a shit about the Epstein files, and we only want to bring down all the women that are in the files so far, and not really the men? Because that's all I'm seeing. People going, oh my god, Lady Gaga's named in it. Oh my god, Beyonce's named in it. I know fucking Beyonce is a fucking enabler. Her husband, Jay-Z, is a fucking prick. You know he's been up to something. He's best friends with fucking P. Diddy in their white suits and everything. You know he got up to some shit. He was a dirty old man going out with a teenager, Beyonce at the time, when they got together. We normalise paedophilia for everything. Beauty standards, films, TV, radio shows, magazines, books, stories, everything. Clothes. Have you seen clothing? How for many, many fucking years, the average size hasn't been fucking size 0 for many, many tons of many years. It's been like a size 12, 14, 16 in the UK. Because guess what? We've got hip bearing hippies. Because we've gone through fucking puberty. Fucking hell. And still the excuse that men give now of perving on children is fucking grim. And yet a lot of you still stand by this. It's so fucking weird that you stand up for so much stuff. It's fuck. So yeah, I'll be going through facts, state, snoozing at something. Whee. Charging my car obviously, so watching all the boy races go around. So yeah, I'll be looking at factual things, evidence. I'll be looking at the stats, because I love looking at UN women and women's aid. They are my main official thing I look at. And yeah, descriptions of women and girls that had to go through horrendous shit. It's not that hard to find either, because you've still got a lot of people, with a lot of women, a lot of girls that are online, like TikTok and stuff, that do tell you their experiences, but not shocking that they don't get a lot of views. Weird, ain't it? So yeah, we'll go through all that, and like I said, we'll go through the past things that women have to go through and had to go through and children had to go through and all that, and see why a lot of women are fucking angry and give a shit. If you're a proper woman, you would give a shit about other women that are around the world that go through fucking horrendous stuff just to please men. If you don't agree with that, then you're a fucking dickhead. And you can go to the Epstein Island with the other rich people when I cut all the whole island off, no communication and stuff. And you can stay on there with paedophiles and rapists and murderers of animals and children and women, probably men. And yeah, you can stay with your fans. You can stay with your little fangirl, fanboy shit, celebrities, and see what fucking outcome happens when you're there. If you think what I talk about is bullshit, I do not get as well when women have gone through horrendous shit. And this is also how we've been raised awfully through systems. And women straight away go, I went through this and I didn't do this and do that. I don't give two fucks. Do you not realise that we're not robots? Do you realise that even when you have children and you have, the nature-nurture situation, obviously, that guess what? They're their own person. So we're all fucking unique. Might not look it, because if you go through trends and all that shit, we might all look like robots that way, but we're actually unique. That's why we still really don't know fuck all about the brain at all, because we're all too fucking unique, more than we all give each other credit for. That's why when you are diagnosed with something, there is many different things you get diagnosed with first before you get diagnosed with the proper diagnosing. But then you also are in that as a umbrella term, because there is so many off-piste ones that shows how all different we are. It's not a fucking competition in life. It really isn't a competition in life. The system tries to make out it's a competition in life, but at the end of the day, common people lose. They always lose. We will always lose to rich people because they got They pretend they've got power, and then they make out they've got power, which really they don't. And because we're in a controlled system, we believe it. So that's why we end up saying we're worthless and powerless to do anything about it. Really, we're not. We're not. That's why when someone says it only takes one person to change something, but yet people go, oh, don't do that. Oh, that's embarrassing. They're so negative about it, basically. Because we're taught to hate each other, dumb each other down, so that all the bad people can pretend they're in charge and things like that. And we always see that we end up fighting amongst each other instead. Yeah, King Tall.